Okay, we need to walk through how to figure out how far away was an earthquake. So this is part 2. How far away did the earthquake happen? So there's some different material or different information we need to get. To figure out your distance, you're going to use this number here, your difference. Okay? So you have to figure out your time difference, and you've done this for most of these already. Our time difference is 1 minute and 40 seconds. So what I do is I take a piece of scrap paper if I'm in person, and I have a hard copy of this. Or I can just do this. We've practiced this skill already. This is a skill you know how to do. I can just do this by counting. So Miami, Florida, the time difference is 1 minute and 40 seconds. I come to this reference table chart. 1 minute and 40 seconds is right here. Like this is a minute and 40 seconds of time. I can start trying to count on here, right? And I can do this without this, but this is an extra step that does help to make sense of it. So I would mark off from 0 to 1 minute and 40 seconds. So mark off, that's your first step. And start to slide up and keep it vertical and try to figure out like where does it fit. Wherever it fits, that distance down here is your distance. Okay? But just like we did practicing before, 20, 40, a minute, 20, 40, that's a little bit over 140. This looks like I'm counting 150 here. So I'm going to move over just a hair to here. 20, 40, a minute, 20, 40. So that looks like I'm right there on this chart. So it's less than 1,000. Remember, these go by 200s, 400s. That's in between 800 and 1,000. So I would call this 900 kilometers away. So Miami, Florida would be 900 kilometers away from the earthquake. You have to figure out how far away is the earthquake for Dallas. So you've got your time difference. You need the time difference, which you've already figured out. Use that number to get your distance. Take that number. How many minutes? This looks like 20, 40, a minute, 20, 40, 2 minutes, 20, 40. Looks like 250. Do you understand why that's 2 minutes and 50 seconds? Hopefully you already had that number from our previous assignment. But 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I would take my scrap paper and mark off 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Slide it up to see roughly where I think that this fits. Wherever it fits is where I would stop. But then I have to get rid of this, and I have to start counting right on here. Where does 2 minutes and 50 seconds really, start counting and see, is this it? Is this it? If I stopped right here, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 20 seconds, I went too far. So it's definitely less than 2,000. So you've got to figure that out from there. Okay? You have the Rome. Figure out your Rome time difference and your distance. Hit pause so you can see that. Okay? And then we're going to do Syracuse and Buffalo. Okay? There's the Syracuse and Buffalo seismographs. Figure out how far away was the Syracuse earthquake. You might have to hit pause and work this out. Figure out how far away is the Buffalo earthquake. Hit pause, work this out. You can ask me questions if it doesn't make sense. But these seismograms, both words work, indicate the time difference. You have to count to get your time difference. You take the time difference, and you're counting in here that time difference to see where you land down here. So if you think that one of these lines up with right here. This is something we've already practiced, by the way. We're refreshing this. If you think that this is the time difference, you just look down here and say, okay, 2,600.